Click the link in the description for your free Amsoil catalog. Before we get started, I'd like to give a quick shout out to some of our friends. The Eastern Snowmobile Racing Hall of Fame. Search for them on Facebook. Central Minnesota Pond Racing. Search for them on Facebook. The historic Lancaster Motel for the ultimate Eastern trail riding adventure. Crane's Snowmobile Museum at 172 Main Street in Lancaster, New Hampshire. The Vintage Snowmobile Club of America Quarterly Magazine. The New Hampshire Snowmobile Museum at Bear Brook State Park in Allenstown, New Hampshire. And lastly, if you decide to advertise with the Vintage Snowmobile Podcast, this could be your advertising message. Good evening and welcome to the podcast. I'm really glad you're here. I have, as usual, a robust lineup of vintage snowmobile entertainment on tap for you tonight. But before we get into all of that, I want to make sure that everything is working properly. So if you can see my face and hear my voice, I'm going to ask you to leave a comment. Please let me know where you're viewing this from and whether you are a first-time viewer or a regular viewer. Now, to our first-time viewers, if this is your first time hanging out with us tonight, I hope you have a good time with us tonight. Hope you enjoy it. And I hope you decide to join us here each and every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. This podcast simulcasts to 8 different places across Facebook and YouTube. So wherever you're viewing this right now, just circle back in 1 week's time and we'll be waiting for you with another fun-filled episode. Now, to to our regular viewers who are here week after week, month after month, and season after season, you guys are the ones who make this possible, and we really, really appreciate that. Let's take a few comments. They're coming in hot and heavy. Let's take a few comments, and then we'll get this party started. My mouse is weird tonight. I have to click multiple times for things to come up sometimes. BCJ Vids says, greetings. Nice to see you. Good friend Dave Lowry. See, I've got to double click on it. Says, greetings from finally snowy Alberta. Sounds like they're finally getting some snow in Alberta. That is wonderful. Also, our friend David from Alaska Railroad says, good evening to Mike and Rob. Good evening back. Nice to have you here. He's one of our more regular viewers, and we really appreciate that. Jeffrey Patton says, good evening to Mike and Rob. Thank you so much. Good evening to you as well. Somebody on Facebook saying, way to go, Mike. We appreciate that. My good friend John Spranger Jr. says, good evening, everyone from Eland, Wisconsin. Regular viewer. Thank you so much. Regular viewer, good evening. We appreciate that. James Whiteside says, hi, guys, loud and clear in the land of the winter that never was. Yeah, across most of the snow belt. It is the winter that never was, for sure. It just went from fall to spring. Let's see. Rich Shad, our good friend Rich Shad says, good evening from Cleveland, New York. Now a preferred Amsoil customer. So we really appreciate that. He signed up under Ben Thomas, who signed up under me, and I'm signed up under Rob. And this way everybody wins, and it helps very much to support the podcast. So welcome to the Amsoil family, Rich. We really appreciate it. And thank you for supporting the podcast in doing so. Brian Van Haverbeek says, good evening from Mount Bridges, Ontario. Looking forward to tonight's show. And I think there's some stuff you're going to like on this show, Brian, because I know what you like. He likes the kitty cats. And we've got, I don't know if it's a kitty cat, but it's similar. It's in that kind of space. It's about that kind of size. You'll see here in a few minutes. Someone on Facebook says, hey, guys, sounds good from Plattkill, New York. Regular viewers. I'll bet that's Stacy and Art Fosler. Nice to see you. Jim Holbrook, regular viewer from the state of Vermont, says loud and clear. Nice to see you. Ben Thomas says, good evening, everyone. Sounding good here in Carterville, New York. Good to see you. Kevin Culhane, pardon me, says loud and clear in Virginia Town, Ontario. Nice to see you. He was our guest last week, and we appreciate him being on here each and every week. Someone on Facebook says loud and clear, regular viewer from Sudbury, Ontario. Nice to see you. Also, our good friend, Ed Rosebrook, Midge Rosebrook is in the house. Loud and clear, Mike. Thank you for that. Todd McMillan says, hi, Mike. Todd from Madoc, Ontario, Canada. Regular viewer. We appreciate that. Nice to see you. Rick and Katrina Dumont say loud and clear. Nice to see you. Glenn Ford, our good friend Glenn Ford who I met out in Old Forge a couple of years ago, says, "Good evening, guys, from Vernon Center, New York. Nice to see you, a regular viewer. Just a couple more here, and we'll bring our friends on and get this party started. And party we will. We've got some fun stuff waiting for you tonight." Mad Dog says, "Randy from Wisconsin, good evening." Jeffrey Patton says, "Looks good, sounds good, regular viewer. We appreciate that." Midnight Rider says, "Good evening from Northwest Minnesota." And we've got a video clip from him that he shared us from a show in Minnesota over the weekend. We're going to be looking at that a little later in the podcast, too. Andrew Strako says, "Good evening from Granville, New York. Nice to see you." And Alan Gove, our good friend from New Hampshire, says, "Good evening." And he is going to be our guest next week for some live show and tell. All right, let's bring our friends on, get the party started. And we've got our good friend Josh Leviker, who's a familiar face on this podcast. He's been on here many times, and he is at a friend's house. His friend wants to remain anonymous, and we totally respect that. But he's going to be showing us his friend's collection. Josh, how you doing tonight?
Not bad. Yourself, Mike?
Good. Nice to see you. And of course, our co-host Rob. How you doing, Rob?
Doing good, Mike.
Good.
Hello, Josh.
How are you?
Good.
Gentlemen, yeah, great to see you as always. Well, Josh, talk us up a little bit about what we're about to see here, what we're about to experience.
Okay.
Oh, we lost it. Oh, here he is.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to flip the camera around.
Sure.
Real quick.
And while you're doing that, we've got another comment that's come in. We've got someone on Facebook saying David and Joan Lorden are in the house viewing the podcast, and we appreciate you doing that.
Just like that.
Excellent. So he's got his camera turned around. We're going to change the layout. There we go. Oh, that's not what I had. Let me remove this. Bear with me 1 second. I want to set this up. There we're almost there.
Okay.
That's what I was going for. All right. Yes, take it away, Josh.
So, again, over to a friend's house just down the road. He's the one that pretty much got me into the extent of the vintage sleds that I have today. So we're going to start. We'll start with a couple of the sleds he has, kind of as projects or items he's working on. And we'll go around the garage. We'll go inside to his collection. And then he's got some other memorabilia upstairs. So this here's a all original 1978 Yamaha Exciter. Roughly, it's in kilometers, roughly around 2,000 miles on it. And it's all original, and honestly, just he's the third owner, so he really just two owners before him, and it's all original, unmolested. It's
very nice. That seat looks buttery soft too.
I mean, the original windshield with the chrome piping.
Yes.
The hood's original. All the decals, all the little knickknacks on it are clean and straight.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
For 40 some years old, it's a clean piece.
And did you say what year that sled is?
The 78.
78, yes.
And he has not done really anything to it. This is how it came into his possession.
Wow, that's a wonderful survivor.
You'll more than likely see it at some upcoming shows that we have here in Central and Upstate New York, I would assume.
Yeah. Nice.
Well, that's a lot nicer shape than Larry the Enticer's machine, I'll tell you.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right there.
Yes. We wouldn't want him getting his hands on this machine.
Nope. That's in great shape. Oh.
This one here is a 1973 SL 433. More of just a rider, rather than just ride around the house, maybe ride up to camp. If you put a ding or chip or dent in it, you're not crying about it.
Sure.
That looks showroom condition.
It's I believe he just put an electric start kit in it, so
yeah,
a little more user friendly.
Very cool. And did you have opportunity at all to ride that this winter, or were you skunked completely with the snow? Or
Honestly, there was little to no riding. I personally didn't take any of my vintage sleds out, and I think the gentleman I'm with may have went a couple miles around the house.
sure, it was just yard riding.
Yeah, and honestly, for first week in March, it's bare. I'm not saying it's green grass, but it's grass outside, which is usually this is our prime time where we have a good solid base, and it's kind of unheard of. I've never seen a winter like this.
Yeah.
So he's got a couple of the old beer signs
Trail markers.
and trail markers. They're from the early 70s.
I would say so. Yeah. And snow plan clock.
And
Yeah,
a
look at that.
snow plane clock.
Very cool.
the-
I do remember those beer signs from trail riding back in the day.
Yeah, so they're all 50 years old.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Brad Hewling Scorpion poster.
Very
Also,
cool.
if you look, I refer to them as cat claws or Kalamazoo claws, but they're all from the manufacturers, the John Deere's, all in the packages. So you got the John Deere claws, Scorpion.
And that gear loop's not vintage.
What's that? No.
The Amsoil gear loop.
You got the cat claws, the Polaris, Yamaha, and the Kalamazoo.
Nice.
You don't see a collection like that very often. Not still in the
No.
package.
Yeah.
And a couple of the old landowner. Have you seen? You don't remember that? No. That's an oldie. I didn't even realize that was there.
yeah, here we got some more trail markers.
Trail marking signs.
Yeah. Nice.
The Merc, Tony's Pizza, John Deere, Evinrude, another John Deere.
That one on the left, is that in French? Did I see Biere? Is that the French sign?
You're
That one
talking
all the way. That one all the way to the left. Go a little bit more to the left. Yeah, that one on the left there. Does that?
Oh, are you talking this one here, Mike?
No, the one right above it. Oh, my eyes
no,
were
that's a
playing
Merc.
tricks on me.
Nope, yep, that's a Merc sign. That's a
Merc.
Merc.
All right.
Yep.
Now that I get closer, yeah. Sorry about that. Never mind.
Then you got the Ski Whiz, Massey Ferguson,
And then just a generic.
just a generic sled emblem.
Yeah.
And then over here, he's got the.
What do you? Oh,
So we were talking earlier. That's the old sled sign. That's all of late 60s.
Yeah.
with a hat on and not the
with the
helmet.
hat on, without the helmet.
Yeah. That's definitely before the 70s.
Those are pretty hard to find.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hanging from the ceiling
it's
is
an
an
old
old
race
vintage
sled.
race sled.
Yeah. Look at that.
sled.
How hard was that to mount that up there?
Honestly, it
There's-
wasn't bad.
no.
It really wasn't bad.
Nice.
It's just
Yeah.
no skid in it, but chassis, seat. If I remember correctly, we
As it-
mounted the wood to it first.
Yep, and then we
And then
lifted
we-
it up. Yeah,
It's got the two
but
by
as
fours.
it was raced,
Well, that's as it was.
Beautiful.
and there's a kitty house cat.
Nice. Now that's the one that I knew that Brian Van Haverbeek was going to like, because Brian Van Haverbeek is a kitty cat collector and he loves those, and I'm sure he's enjoying that right now.
I don't think I've ever seen something like that.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know if you can. Oh, I'm sorry. So there's a Polaris license plate
in French.
in French,
Yeah.
and then the oil can.
This was a poster that Canada Tire had out, that it listed all the oils they sold, and there was a place for them to put the prices in. But this one is virgin; it never had the prices put in.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. And the 30th anniversary.
Yep. So that's the 30th anniversary.
Up at the top there.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, snow week.
Snow week.
Snow Week, yeah.
Yeah. Here, Josh, why don't you stand on the step there? Maybe you can get a better. You're a little taller if you stood on the step here, maybe.
Oh, so that's like snowmobiling through the years? Is that what they're going with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that with old retro photos.
It's mounted above the man door, so I'm
Yeah.
I'm standing and reaching at the same time.
Sure. And then across the bottom, is that covers of magazines through the years? Is that what's going across the bottom there?
Yep. That's what he's saying. Those are the covers of Snow Week.
Yeah, I like that. That's a find right there. That's really nice.
Yeah, that's original. I had that when it was offered brand new.
That's amazing.
And I don't know if you can see it, but
Two new old stock.
2 new old stock gas cans.
Oh, yes.
So one on the left's a Polaris.
Yeah, and the other one's a Snowmobile.
So, well, that's just in the garage.
Nice. And we've got plenty of comments coming in too, by the way. Let's see. We've got Jay Baylog saying, looks like a new sled. I think he's talking about that first Yamaha, that 78. And then let's see. Oh, Midge Rosebrook, he's a big Polaris guy. He's loving that sled that's mounted on the ceiling. I'm sure he loves all of them, but I know that one on the ceiling's got a special place in his heart because he's a big Polaris guy. Very cool. And then let's see. Ben Thomas says, yeah, no way. Larry can't ride it. That's a beauty. Yes. And then someone is saying, enjoying the show from Eagleville, Pennsylvania. Nice to have you here. Oh, and here we go. Brian Van Haverbeek talking about that inflatable cat, that mini cat. He's saying he has 2 of those.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Now, a couple of years ago, we had Brian on the podcast to give us a tour of his collection. He has a really nice collection. Most of it is kitty cats, but he had a little bit of everything too. It was fun to see. Also, someone on Facebook saying, nice collection. Thomas Ryan says, hi, folks. Hello back. Rick White says, good evening from Vermont. Nice to see you, Rick. Our good friend Kevin Culhane says, that's the position of many sleds that were raced upside down. Very cool display. Yeah, I'm sure some of them ended up upside down for sure. And Rick White is saying, nice cans, those gas cans. James Whiteside says, hats before helmets, real riders. Yeah, those were the days. And then David from Alaska Railroad says, very nice Yamahas. I love the Snow Week sign. I'll gladly take that TX because I know David likes those TXs also. Hard not to like a TX. Well, cool. Now, did you have any more in this room before we move on to the other room? Or?
No, that's primarily it. Just
All
the
right.
sleds were.
So the players you got hanging up, do you still have the original motor and track and all that?
No, that's long gone. He
Oh,
says
yeah.
that's long gone. But no, that's pretty much it here in the shop.
Nice.
I think
So what I was thinking while you transition into the other room, that'll give Rob and I a minute to do Amsoil and a couple of quick announcements and roll a quick video clip. It'll give you a chance to get situated in the other room, and we'll catch up with you here in maybe 5 or 10 minutes if that works for you.
Works for me. Sounds good. I'll see you on
Excellent.
the other side.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Well, Rob, I'm going to put you full screen, and Rob's going to talk to us about Amsoil.
Okay, this week we've had a lot of requests about what is the different levels of Amsoil. We've always talked about the preferred customer, how to get the best possible discount. And Mike has a thing where you click on his website and get one of the Amsoil catalogs. So you can become a catalog customer, buy oil directly from Amsoil. You can become a preferred customer, save 25% on all the products, and have it shipped right to your house. You order $100 worth, they give you a free shipment right to your house, plus you get a good savings. And it's only $10 a month for $10 for 6 months for a preferred customer. Or you can sign up as a dealer. And they were saying, what is the benefit by being a dealer? A dealer gives you the opportunity of selling to people at the catalog price, making a profit. You can sign the people up as a preferred, and every time they order so much, you get bonuses back. But you also get to sign up retail and commercial accounts. A retail account is like a hardware store, a snowmobile shop, a small engine shop, and they buy directly from Amsoil. They get the bigger catalog, tells them more about the products available and stuff like that. And all the products are in this here big catalog. And every time they buy, they send you a 10% bonus. Now, commercial account is somebody that uses the product themselves, doesn't resell it. A backhoe company, I got a lot of landscape companies, people that put up Bell systems and stuff like that, all their company vehicles all switched over to Amsoil. I got a lot of commercial accounts, and they usually buy larger by the drums. Now, some people say doing a retail count every time they buy, if they buy 6 cases, $1,000 worth, I get a $100 check. Well, some people think that's not too bad, but when you have 35 counts like that to order, the checks can add up pretty good. And there's one of my guys who's got a retail account. Their orders are $50,000. He gets $5,000 every time they order stuff like that. Now, Amsoil is not a get-rich scheme, but it's a type of business where you can start off on a part-time base and work it into a full-time income. Start off part-time, work the way you want, and you can approach the business any way you want. The way I do it, I wear my clothing, I do shows, and I do promotions. And by helping other downline dealers like Mike, ends up boosting my business, get me up their higher category for bigger bonuses. And it's a fun part-time business that I'm my own boss. So anybody wants more information about how to get involved in the Amsoil business, or how to just get a catalog so you can get it at your own price, or for $10 you become a preferred customer and save 25%, Mike's got the email how to click on to get more information like that. And by doing that, Mike and I will be available to help you grow your business. I know how to do shows, promotions, and stuff like that, and Mike knows how to do the computer part of the business. I just started Instagram, and the first week
Oh, I think we just lost your audio, Rob. Can you hear me okay? Oh, I don't know if it's me or you, or please, messages in the comments, comment messages for us, please, of whether you can hear us, if you can hear Rob or hear me, because I just lost audio. But it sounds like you can hear me, Rob. Is that right? All right. Wow. Okay, let me check the comments here and see what people are saying. Okay, yes. Someone's saying Rob's audio has gone bad, but they can hear me, I guess. Yeah, Rob, if you want to log out and back in. Yeah, we got all kinds of comments in here.
Are we available? Can you hear me, Mike?
There we go. We're back in business. Yeah, thank you so much. And thank you to all of our friends who are participating in this. Like, look at all these comments that are coming in.
Yeah.
Even though we got this straightened out, I mean, these are people who are invested in the podcast and engaging with us and part of this community that we're doing here. We really appreciate that, like, immediate feedback to help us to resolve this issue.
The mic dead on me.
Yes. But yeah, please continue, Rob.
Okay, I forget where I left off, but I was telling people about the different benefits, different categories of Amsoil. You can become a preferred customer, a catalog customer, buy products directly out of the magazine. You can sign up as a preferred count, $10 for 6 months, and get a 25% discount on all the products available. Or you can be like Mike and I, become a dealer and have the opportunity to sign up other retail and commercial accounts and start off as a part-time business and grow it into a full-time income. It's a fun type business that you do on your own, at your own pace, your own time, and whatever way you like to approach it. I like doing shows, promotions, and race events. And by wearing the Amsoil clothing, people approach me, ask me about where they can find Amsoil. Mike is a computer expert, and he knows how to promote the business on the computer. So with me here and Mike to be able to do the computer, we could help you grow your business to have a part-time fun income that could grow into a full-time income.
Definitely. In fact, we've got a testimonial who's come in from Ben Thomas. Now, Ben just signed up under me as a dealer. And the nice thing, if he signs up under me as a dealer, I'm signed up under you. So Ben gets both of us to help him and support him in his business, which we've been doing here for the last week or so. And he's saying he highly recommends anyone to work with Mike and Rob if they're interested in Amsoil, because we both bring something unique to the table. I have a lot of experience with social media. Rob has been doing Amsoil for over 40 years. He knows all of the products and the different business models. And if you like going to shows, events, races, things like that, Rob is the guy that can help you ease yourself into that as a money-making opportunity. You know, you can wear a shirt like Rob has at the shows, at these shows, and people will approach you about Amsoil. And if you get some catalogs and hand them out at shows, you know, he can coach you on the finer points of that, and to the point where maybe you've got a kiosk or something, you work yourself up to that. And also, you know, like I said, I do a lot with social media. I've got places where you can post. I'll show you how to do it. There are guidelines. You know, you can't just post anything in there. But I've got places you can post, and I can coach you on how to create social media properties that will help you, and how to post on them, when and where, all this sort of thing. I can coach you and get you up to speed with that. So between the two of us, I like to think we bring a lot to the table that could help you get yourself started as an Amsoil dealer.
Yeah.
Anything we've missed, Rob? Anything to add to that? Or?
It's a fun part-time business. Yeah. Where else can you go to the events you like doing, like a vintage snowmobile show or a car show or anything like that, and make money while you're doing it?
Absolutely. If you're motorheads like us, you know, cars, trucks, boats, motorcycles, any of that, and go to those events, it's just a slam dunk. But well, cool. Well, let's get back into the podcast here. I had a couple of quick announcements. Let me switch screens here. All right, a couple of quick announcements. There are some events coming up. Here's one in Hillsborough, New Hampshire. Now, Alan Gove sent this to me. I believe he's involved with this, but the details are on the screen. May 18th is when that show is. If you're in New Hampshire or nearby, be sure and check that out. Also, Josh Leviker, who's our guest tonight, he sent me this graphic for a show they're doing on May 25th, and that's in Lowville, New York. Very much a show worth checking out. And then the other thing I wanted to do before we get back to the show and tell with Josh is item number 3. We've got a video clip from our regular viewer, Midnight Rider. He went to a vintage snowmobile show over the weekend on the 2nd. We're in Minnesota. It's called the Snow Days show. And he got some video clips for me. He shared them with me. I put them together and put a little music under it. Let's take a look at what happened at this show just this past weekend, and we'll react to it on the other side. Yeah, thank you so much to Midnight Rider for that amazing footage. We really appreciate that. Any reactions to that, Rob?
Well, there's a good collection of snowmobiles there. But I saw
Yeah.
a couple. There was the first set of the video. There was an EXT. I still ride one of those. That's not vintage. Because
Yeah,
my normal the
True.
two
Yeah,
up.
we're getting into the 90s.
Somebody else wants to come and ride double, then I'll get the EXT out.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. And there was
Yeah, plenty.
there was a boa ski as soon as you started showing the second set of snowmobiles. But the next machine, yeah, this one that one right there. What is that motor?
Yeah, that's a strange motor.
Yeah, I don't even know what the make. I can't tell the make on it neither.
I can't either. Snow Sport or something? I don't know. Snow Sprint, maybe? I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, in the comments, if anyone has. That's a great question. Yeah, if anyone has answers on that in the comments, please leave.
Unique looking snowmobile.
I think that's
For
the
sure.
67 Rupp there that our friend's saying here that I'm with.
Nice.
What kind of motor would that be in there then?
He's not quite sure.
Yeah.
Now, here we go. John Spranger says the red sled with that large engine. Oh, he's asking a question. Is that a twin or a Rogny engine? Or rotary engine, maybe he means?
Yeah, I thought it
Yeah.
might have been a rotary the way the two sides come out like that. But
Yeah.
I don't know if the rotaries make a two-cylinder or only a one.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Sacks.
And we've got a lot of other comments,
Yeah.
people liking those.
You think that's a Sax by chance? Sax engine?
I've never seen one like that before, but it could have been. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then also James Spranger is in the house. Nice to see you, James. He said good evening to Mike, Josh, and Rob, regular viewer from Wausau, Wisconsin. Nice to see you, James. Cool deal. And oh, here we go. Talking about the big carbs, and someone is saying that might be a Sax engine. What exactly is that sled? Where is Reese Flurry when you need him? Good point. Yes. And oh, here we go. Midnight Rider says it's an early Rupp with a Hearth motor. Okay. And someone is saying not a Sax, which confirms that. The thing is cool. David from Alaska Road says never seen a sled like that red one. Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like all the vintage cats they had
Yes.
in there.
In fact,
Definitely.
the one right beside it, my mom bought one brand new, a Jag.
Oh, the Jag, yes.
And I still have it.
Very cool.
Not as nice a shape as that because the kids all use it, but I still got
Sure.
it.
Sure.
A Rupp GT 340.
Nice. And I love that this podcast is becoming the place where people share their images and video clips from shows and events and races. And I like that it turns around quickly. This is just something that happened a few days ago on the second Saturday. I love that someone can go to a show on Saturday, send me some clips, and we have it on the podcast for all of us to enjoy just a few days later and get a sense of what's going on.
Any snow there neither, Mike.
It's true. Yeah, they got skunked on the snow too. Yeah. It's funny. I was just going to say we can see what's going on across the snow belt, but of course the snowless snow belt, we're all getting skunked this winter, but it's really nice to see all these sleds. And
I was supposed to head to Duluth, Wisconsin for a snowcross April 8th. I don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah, I'd have my doubts on that too. Yeah. Yeah. That's a cool day though. That's my birthday, April 8th.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, cool. So we've still got plenty of live show and tell for you. So let me switch this up here, and I'm trying to remember how I got that. There we go. Yeah. So
Can you hear me, Mike?
yes, good audio and video.
Okay. All right. We'll start here. I'm going to run the camera this time.
Okay.
And I'll let him talk up his items here.
Well, first of all, we have the ceramic piece. My wife made me that many years ago. Move up here. This is a snowmobile that my brother-in-law is a woodworker. He made with grass skis and everything else. And then I got all these different 45 records, Cat, Snowmobile Safari, Skidoo, Snowjet. These are all little promotional things. And there's actually a, there's an 8-track of a polka
Wow.
band from out in Minnesota. And they made an 8-track with snowmobiles on the front. So of course I had to have that for the collection.
That's going to be rare, I would think. I've seen a lot of those, but that one I've never seen before.
Yeah.
That's going to be really rare.
This
go ahead.
piece here and that piece there are pretty neat. They were just hand drawn by an ad person for Arctic Cat and Kawasaki, and they were just freehand drawn, and they became an advertising piece about the Kawasaki engines. And the funny thing there is you see the Catwoman there, and it's because of what's up front that counts. And that's when they had the big motors, the Kawasaki big motors and stuff.
In the early 70s, yeah.
Yep. And there's a 4-banger for the Boss Cat, chip off the old Cat.
That's amazing.
Yep. And over here, we have another 45. This is actually, wait a second. This is actually a Scorpion and Arctic both had them. You took this and put it into a beer can or a soda can. It punched a hole in there, and that was an ashtray.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, so had that. I have a lot of little toys here. John Deere with a cover, a lot of little revs, an EXT, and a Ski Whiz that has kind of a good memories because a good friend of mine that I went to high school with, we snowmobiled together a lot, and he had a Ski Whiz. An old Polaris there. Here's the Avon aftershave piece. Yeah, and then the XLT special die cast, which I had one of those sleds. And then here is a Tonka LT gray.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. And a couple Arctic Cat belt buckles.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then for our Canadian friends, this is a commemorative beer bottle opener that Molson had for the Kawartha Cup
Nice.
races and stuff. So I always thought that was a neat piece there. There's the old Polaris dealership. Yep. Old Arctic Cat lighter.
Yeah.
And here's another one. This was I was fortunate enough to get some of this stuff out from friends of ours that had Nero distributing. So that was a Zippo lighter they had.
Yeah.
So I got that. Down here, thought these were always cool. Here's a AC Delco spark plug gauge gapper and a Champion spark plug. The two different spark plug companies used to give those out to gap your plugs quick.
Yeah, nice.
Here's a USSA pin and a Eagle River World Championship pin.
Yeah.
I got a cat head charm bracelet. Cat head cufflinks. Cat head tie clasp. Here's another early black cat head. Tie pin.
Yeah.
And then here's two different early Arctic Cat tie pins also.
Very cool.
Yeah. And then here's just some various
I like that purple one.
things,
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I got two collector hats. This is a limited edition when Ski-Doo became #1 again. They handed these hats out, so I was fortunate enough to get one. And here's an Arctic Cat when they built the 1 millionth snowmobile in 1994. It was a commemorative hat, so I was lucky enough to have both of them. Yeah.
Very nice.
Let's see, this pennant from the World Series out in Weedsport.
Yeah.
Let's see. Got a pretty neat pen here. I don't know if you can see it. If you tip the pen, the rev actually goes down.
Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. So that was something.
Wasn't this stuff only available only for dealers?
Yes. Here we got the 4 different color Bombardier swizzle sticks.
Yeah.
Yamaha swivel sticks and a couple Skidoo ones. Yeah.
That is cool. I love when they made all that stuff back in the day.
It's the best. And most of this stuff I have had from new. I was a hoarder. I was a collector since the first time I got involved in snowmobiles, and I just thought they were the neatest thing. Let's see, a World Series pin from Weed Sport from 75. Beer advertisement deal there. Up top here, Black Magic mug, Nero. Okay, hold on. I'll get the light.
All right.
Hang on.
Now, Nero, wasn't that Bill Abold and Herb Yancey?
Yeah, that was
Ron Hall and
Nero sponsored them.
Chip Elwood and
I got a neat Scorpion glass.
yeah.
Another Karawatha Cup, Snow Country, Moto Ski glass, Moto Ski mug, Count on the Cat, Polaris, John Deere, all that kind of stuff there.
Yeah.
Then we come down here, a 1,000-piece puzzle, a groomer, Tournament of Champions. I don't know if you guys remember when Kawasaki sponsored the Tournament of Champions, where it was all the identical sleds. There's a mug from there.
Yep.
That was the brainchild of Claude Hebert. We were messaging
right
with him just a few weeks ago about that. But go ahead.
Nice. Here's the whole collection for the Boonville Snow Festival. They had commemorative root beer made from a local brewery, and I got one from each year. Yeah. Some other non-snowmobile related stuff there. And the collector, here's a whiskey decanter. Those were pretty common.
Yeah.
And stuff. Very good collection of books. And most of the books, like the legend books, the Polaris Pioneer books and all, they all are actually autographed.
Autographed.
Gary Bassett or whoever might have been the writer for those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then, of course, I got Pierre's collection here and whatnot. Yeah.
Yes.
So that kind of stuff. A couple Polaris prints.
Beautiful.
Never seen something like that before.
And then I'll let Josh talk about this stuff here for a minute.
I'll do the
Okay.
because I can kind of. Can you see that all right, Mike?
Yeah. So those old placemats or
Nope.
They're actually trail mats, right?
No, these
trail
are
mats.
newspaper.
Newspaper. I'm sorry, newspaper. Just newspaper. Just part of the newspaper, right?
Yeah.
So this would be Lewis County,
Tug Hill.
Lewis County, Tug Hill area. And if anyone's on, I mean, from upstate New York, the Montague end obviously is still around, but a lot of these businesses or restaurants are no longer, but High Market Inn, they're recently sold, but still High Market Inn.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I believe from looking at it, it's from 1982.
82. Wow.
That's when they had the races at the fairgrounds. Mm-hmm. And this one here doesn't have a date on it. But you got the headwaters in Boonville, High Market Inn again. I'd say it's roughly early 80s.
Yeah, I'd have to think so.
Somewhere in that. The Hideaway, that's still there. Northwest Passage, that's long gone.
In the 70s.
Redfield Cheese Factory. Cedar Pine, that's still there. Barnes Corners Hotel, that's long gone.
Sure.
Turn Arms Motel.
I'm not even sure where that
I
was.
don't know where that was there, but here somewhere.
Yeah.
Learn something new. But
And I'm sure a lot of those were iconic businesses back in the day.
Yeah, yes. There's a neat little piece. A friend of mine made that for me.
he's saying that's a piece a friend of his made for him. Just spark plug, chain, and creative welding.
Yeah.
Very cool. That's pretty innovative.
Okay, then we'll let's see. You got some oil cans.
He was talking about oil cans early on before we were live, Mike, about his collection.
Yes.
How many did you have?
I had 419 at one time.
419 oil
And this
cans.
is what
he
I
once
kept
had in his
around.
collection.
This is kind of rare. This was like when John Deere first made snowmobiles, they had to send oil out and they weren't prepared to do it. So this is actually a glass bottle with John Deere, and they just put a decal on. There's nothing else. And that's what they had for oil for their very first sleds that came out.
Wow.
Yep. And like I said, being it's a glass bottle, I always thought that was kind of neat.
Yeah,
the
that
Polaris.
survived all those years. Yeah.
Yep. And the couple different Yamalube ones. They look the same, but if you look at this one, this says motorcycles and snowmobiles on it. This one does not. So they're actually two different cans.
Sure.
An Agway, which was very popular in this area. Boland's can.
Wow.
Wheel horse.
Yeah.
Two cycles.
Wow.
Let's see. There's an old Cat one, a Ski Whiz one, or Ski Daddler. I'm sorry.
Wow,
Ski
yeah.
Daddler. Yeah. Sears
Wow.
Roebuck, Sears 2-cycle snowmobile.
I love the graphic on that.
Yeah. An old Scorpion. Yeah. And here's another another Massey Ferguson.
Yeah.
The old one there. And some down there. I don't even know what's around anymore. Some Polaris, a Kawasaki, Mobile, and an old Ski-Doo one down there and there.
Injecto lube.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a pretty cool poster for the Polaris guys.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
'78. Is that what it says?
79.
79. Yeah.
Yep.
When they were transitioning from the white to the blue.
Yep. And then I was lucky enough, friends of ours left me that clock there. And
Beautiful.
They're pretty hard to come by.
Yeah.
And then up top there, as far as I know from all my research, there was 3 18-inch glass thermometers made for snowmobiling. One was Polaris, one was Arctic Cat, and one was the Union Carbide run with a rabbit. I had all 3 at one time. Unfortunately, the Arctic Cat got broken, so I still have the Polaris one. I still got the Union Carbide one, and I have this other one that's the Amelie Oil one. That's a Mercury one.
Sure.
And whatnot. So here's a picture of a snowmobile my father-in-law handmade out of Popular Mechanics. He made it for my wife back in the 60s, late 60s. He actually handmade that sled out of the plans. Yeah. The only thing that was
That's
actually
incredible.
snowmobile related was skis off of the Ski-Doo. Everything else was hand built.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the stuff in this area. That's when my wife and we went out and did the Ride with the Champs. And that's the bid that I had everyone sign that road that were there that weekend. So,
Yeah, that's all autographed by different racers. Is that what's going on there?
Yep.
Very nice.
And we're going out again for the roundup in Memorial Day. It's a
Nice.
nice group of people out there. It's a good cause and it's a good time. So we really enjoy the friends we've made out there. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So the trophies you have are for show and shine or racing?
Some were racing, most of them were show. Yeah. Yeah. Racing was long time ago.
Sure.
Yeah. It's a young person sport.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah,
We're gonna transition upstairs there, Mike.
Sure. Yeah.
So we'll do some walking here.
All right.
That's quite a collection.
It sure is. Yeah. Very impressive.
Some of those things I think only the dealer had access to.
Yes.
Yeah, they must be hard to find.
Yeah. I loved all of it, but I think I have to say my heart goes pitter patter over those cat head logos from back in the day.
Yeah.
And he had those cufflinks and things like that. I always love seeing those. And we've got comments coming in too. A lot of compliments about the collection. Glenn Ford says, fantastic collection. It's funny, my mouse, a lot of times I click something and it doesn't respond. Here we go. Kevin Colhane says, that's an impressive collection.
okay, we gotta plug this in somewhere. This room only has
Yeah, just a lot of nice comments about the collection.
Okay, we're
oh, the light went dead.
we're back upstairs here.
Nice.
So
Boonville Snow Festival.
so you just stepped away. I'm not quite sure what year that is.
Okay.
Oh, I thought the date was on there.
So yeah. So 1976.
76. Wow. Billy Carter will be there with Billy Beer. That's cool. Back in the day, my parents bought a case of Billy Beer and they're still sitting on it. I wonder what that's worth.
This is just a hodgepodge of stuff here. Polaris, Arctic Cat playing cards, that promotional stuff. Some very old spark plugs in the old NGK with a Japanese rating on.
Yeah.
Some Baru spark plugs. Here's an old, still intact Polaris, a first aid kit.
First aid kit.
Yeah, first aid kit. Here's a Polaris wind chill chart.
Nice. And is that a plug caddy in front there?
Yeah,
That black
yeah.
thing?
Here's a couple Polaris plug caddies. Textron,
Nice.
Polaris.
Oh, and a purple cat one. Yes, we had some of
Here's
those.
the purple cat one. Yes. These were Stanley, like just things,
Yeah.
Uh,
Snowmobile bulbs.
this is Avon soap.
Wow.
Here's a CD from some kind of Motel 6. It was a band, I guess, from Canada, and they made a CD. So I got a hold of one of those. A cookie cutter, snowmobile cookie cutter. USSA. Just more. Here's another cookie cutter, a smaller one. More oil cans. Different ones.
Purple Power Lube. There we go.
Yeah.
You can tell I'm a cat guy.
It's okay. I got one of them in the collection too somewhere.
Nice.
And here's keychains.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, keychains, hats, a lot of Cat's Pride stuff.
That's a
Love
lot.
it. Go ahead, Rob. I'm sorry.
That's a lot.
Last year, when we were up to the Racers Roundup up in Quebec there, Mike Trapp was the guest, and we got he signed a poster to me, and got that.
Wow. That's nice.
Yeah, and there's a pretty neat piece. I had a 87 Arctic Cat El Tigre, and that's that post sled and that poster. My wife actually was friends, and she went to school with the Andretti boys, and we knew them. So Mario actually signed that poster to us.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah, and I have a lot of other stuff that he had signed, not all snowmobile related,
Mhm.
and just a couple different things, you know.
That's
There's a
amazing.
picture of Herb.
Herb Yancey, yes, there we go.
Yeah. And there's I don't think this thing lights up anymore. I don't think there's no battery in it, but that's a neat light up. You put a battery in there and all the headlights light up.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a beautiful painting. I love that painting. I see that around here and there.
Yeah, that is a neat piece. Yeah, so that's about that's parts. Yeah, here's a little piece here. I don't know if you can see this. The sled that we showed you when we first started at SL that was in the garage. The reason I have that is there's a picture when I was a young boy and my mom standing next to one of those. So
Wow.
I thought it would be neat to have one. And there was a place that used to pay $2 to go and ride around their trail system down in Pennsylvania. And they'd give you this little placard to put in the window. And here's from February of 1973. And,
Wow.
and whatnot. It was called the Canadensis Snowmobile Park. So that's why I got that that sled down there. And there you can see the placard right on the front of the windshield there.
Yeah,
That is the placard. Yeah.
that's amazing.
So I'm pretty much of a collector.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
All righty. That's pretty much it for the collection there. I don't know.
I mean, we won't get into that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
and that's
just-
perfect timing too, because we are at the top of the hour. Oh, you got helmets and suits and everything.
I just
Every Snow Week magazine,
Wow.
Snow Goer Trade, Vintage Snowmobile magazines, complete Arctic Cat brochures from day
Wow.
one, and a lot of stuff. Yeah,
That's a beautiful collection.
yeah.
any before we go, are there any questions there from anyone? I haven't.
How long's he been collecting?
Since probably 1973.
Since 1973.
Over 50 years. That's amazing. And if any of our viewers have any questions, this is a last call for alcohol, so to speak. It's just the alcohol is questions. So, please post any questions.
What's the rare thing he's found?
What's the rarest thing you found?
I think some of them oil cans, like the Ski Whiz one and the Massey Ferguson one, those there.
The
I
Ski
think-
Whiz and the Massey Ferguson oil cans.
Yeah.
Nice.
The Bolins, definitely the Bolins. Yeah.
I think he's owned every Yamaha made.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, we do have a comment coming in. Ben Thomas says, "Thank you for sharing your collection. It was a treat to see everything. Enjoy the podcast very much." And we thank you for that.
Yes, thank you. Glad you enjoyed it.
Yes,
It is
this
a
was
nice
wonderful.
collection.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming on. So yeah, it is time to wind it down. But yeah, thanks everyone so much. We really appreciate it. We had a great time with you. Thank you also for all the viewers for all the wonderful comments they made. That really makes this a wonderful podcast with the interaction like that, especially the immediacy of comments and questions and things like that, and helping us out when there's technical issues like you guys did. That helped us to resolve that. Oh, here we go. John Spranger Jr. Says, "Awesome." This mouse, for some reason, this mouse isn't. Here we go. John Spranger Jr. says, "Awesome collection. Brings back a lot of memories and another great show." Appreciate that. Someone on Facebook says that collection is more than some museums have, and that is true. Mad Dog says, "This was a great podcast tonight. Really enjoyed seeing this stuff," and thanks us. Well, thank you so much for that. So yeah, it's time to wind it down. But yeah, Josh, we thank you so much for bringing him on and for doing all of this. And Rob, also thank you so much for being a great co-host. And any final comments or thoughts before we close?
Great collection. It was good to see other people's collection. Too bad we couldn't see. I like the suits. When people have their snowmobiles on display, I like it when they got the matching suit and helmet to go with it.
Yeah.
That is a nice touch.
Yeah.
For sure.
Great collection.
Well, cool. Well, so yeah, as always, the last word goes to Amsoil, and thank you so much to the viewers and to Josh and Rob and everyone else. We really appreciate it, and we will catch up with you guys next week. As always, last word goes to Amsoil. Have a wonderful evening.
Mike.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. This is Rob and Mike. How you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing good. Mike, yourself?
Very well. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Now, today we're going to be talking about Amsoil, and in a few moments, we're going to show you how you can get the deepest discounts, free shipping, and free gifts when you order your Amsoil products through us. But first, I'm going to ask Rob to give you a quick description of what Amsoil is and why you should consider using Amsoil products in your motorized vehicles.
Thanks, Mike. Amsoil is 100% synthetic oil. Everybody uses Amsoil for a different reason. Some people like the benefits that Amsoil is warranted for 25,000 miles or 1 year. The reason we can do that is because Amsoil doesn't oxidize. It doesn't form the usual carbons, gums, sludges like petroleum oils do. That's why we can keep it in the engines longer. Petroleum oils never do wear out. They oxidize themselves. That's why they have to be changed at 3,000 kilometers. And Amsoil likes the benefit that you only have to change the oil once a year. That saves some money. Some of the people like the benefit of Amsoil is it's a slipperier type lube. By having a slipperier type lube, it cuts down friction and drag. By less friction and drag, engines run 20 to 50 degrees cooler, better gas mileage. Now, Amsoil says 25% more protection than the industry requires is in the Amsoil bottles. My average customer gets about 10% increase in gas mileage. That's a big savings.
Yeah.
And by cutting down friction and drag, for every 10 degrees you cut down the friction and drag, doubles the life of the engine. So by having the engine run cooler, it makes it last longer. Some people like the benefit of the range of the Amsoil. Amsoil's flash point is 425 degrees, and it pours at 50 below zero.
Wow.
If you ever try petroleum oil when it's 10 below, it turns to honey. And in the summertime, petroleum oil thins out, and once it thins out, that's when it starts breaking down. So Amsoil is an all-season oil, can give you better gas mileage, longer engine life, less maintenance. It ends up being cheaper over a year's time running Amsoil than it is petroleum oils.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And Amsoil is available for pretty much any motorized vehicle, anything from lawn equipment, cars, trucks, boats, ATVs, motorcycles, snowmobiles.
Yep. And a lot of people phone me up and say, well, what's the benefit of our gear lube? Exactly what I told you about the engine oil. It pours in cold weather, it runs cooler, makes the equipment last longer. And they say, well, what's the benefit of the small engine? Same thing. Makes the engine run cooler, last longer, better performance. So it saves on all the applications that Amsoil has available.
Wonderful, wonderful. So yeah, let's talk now. Hopefully this has convinced people to think about maybe joining us in the Amsoil experience. Let's talk about some of the discounts and free shipping and how that all happens. I'm going to pop a graphic on the screen. And yeah, by all means, if you want to talk people through how this preferred customer program works.
Amsoil has a number of different programs. One of our main ones is a catalog customer, where somebody can order directly out of our catalog. If they order out of the catalog, they order $100 worth, Amsoil will ship it right to their house. But our best program is our preferred customer. For only $10 for 6 months, you become a preferred customer. You save 25% on all the product. You order $100 worth, they're going to give you free shipping. You don't have to order a whole case. You can mix and match. Say you want 4 bottles of small engine, 7 bottles of 5W30, and a couple of gear loops. You can mix and match. You can order 1 bottle at a time if you want. There's no minimums, no maximums. By being a preferred customer, you save over 25% on all the products you're going to buy. Amsoil sends you extra gifts, a $5 gift certificate on your birthday, $5 when you renew your account, and stuff like that. So it's a good way to save on some of the products you want to buy.
For sure. Yeah, it's an incredible value. And this is the deepest level of discount that anyone can get when ordering Amsoil. Is that correct?
It is.
Wonderful. So let's take people through the step-by-step experience of placing an Amsoil order. Then that would include signing up for the preferred customer preferred customer program, so they can receive those deepest levels of discount. So let's go to the website. This is what the website's going to look like. These are some screenshots. Once you go to amsoil.com, there's a link in the description, or you can just type that into a browser, amsoil.com. This is the page you land on. At the upper corner of the page there, you see how I've circled in red. That is the link to click, the Join Now link. That will take you to the Preferred Customer Program page, where you can take advantage of all of these discounts and free shipping and everything that we've just been talking about. This is what that page looks like. In the lower right, you're going to click Join Now. This will pop up. You select the duration you'd like, whether it's 6 months or 12 months, and click Add to Cart. Now, once this pop-up goes away, you'll be back on the main page. And the upper left, you'll see where I've got that red arrow. It says Shop. Now you can start shopping for products, and on your very first order, you're going to get these discounts and the free shipping as long as it's over $100. You'll get all of these benefits right away. So once you click shop, it's going to take you to the product page. There's different types of oils, lubricants, so on and so forth. For the benefit of this exercise we're doing now, I'm just going to click motor oil. It shows different types of motor oil. Let's click gasoline. Now this takes us to an item. It's their synthetic motor oil. And you can see the item there, and there's choices for different viscosities. But take a look at the price. Let's take a closer look. Let's zoom in. But if you've joined the preferred customer program first, you're going to automatically get the deepest levels of discount. That's what we're looking at here. You're saving $3.80 on that quart of oil. Instead of paying $16.29, you're now paying $12.49 for that quart of oil. That is the deepest level of discount you can possibly get. And then you just add the quantity that you'd like. You select any other items that you're thinking about, add them to the cart. And once you click add to cart for the final time, you're going to see this come up at the top of the screen. It's going to show your items and your the total that you're at so far. Pardon me. And then you just click view cart in the upper right, and that'll take you to your cart. Take a close look here at the upper right. That blue box shows that you're getting free shipping. You're eligible for free shipping on this order because it's over $100. That little yellow box shows that you've got the preferred customer membership on your order that gives you the deepest levels of discounts for the next 6 to 12 months. And then below that, you've got the items that have been selected. For the exercise here, I selected 9 quarts of the signature series, but that brings us up over $100 for the free shipping. We're saving $34.20. And if you're ready to finish, you click checkout now, and that takes you to this screen here. If you haven't signed up with an Amsoil account at this point, just click in the lower right to create an account, create a new account. It's going to ask you for some basic information, name, and those types of things. Now let's take a closer look. You'll see this gray shaded box. This is a very important box. This is going to ask you if someone has referred you to Amsoil. And if so, please enter my name. My name is Mike LaPierre. It's spelled right there on the screen for the correct spelling. And also the referral number, 304-555-94. That's how you make sure that Rob and I get credit for this. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I have signed up for Amsoil under Rob. So when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. So if you enjoy these podcasts that we're doing, this is a wonderful way to support the podcast, because when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. And the commissions I make go directly toward offsetting the cost of doing these podcasts. So I thank you in advance for that, for using my referral number. I very much appreciate it. And once you've done that, you just go into the next screen to enter your payment information, and you're done. Now, once you've placed your order that's over $100, and that order includes your Amsoil preferred customer program, you are now eligible to get a free DVD from myself. Now, this is going to be either a muscle car DVD or a vintage snowmobile DVD. Use the email address on the screen, wkspodcasts@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know which DVD you would like me to send you, the muscle car or the vintage snowmobile DVD, and I'll get that right out to you. As you're typing in that email, in the subject line, be sure and type in capital letters free DVD requests, so it stands out as I'm checking my email, and we'll get that right out to you. So I guess the last thing, Rob, that we wanted to talk about is if someone is considering Amsoil as a business opportunity.
Yes. If anybody has a retail or a commercial account and they would like to buy directly from Amsoil, just send Mike a line. He'll show you how to set up, and you can buy directly from Amsoil. But if you are interested in starting your own part-time business, a part-time business that can grow into a full-time income, Mike and I will show you the Amsoil marketing plan. Amsoil has a large selection of products that cover almost every application. So it doesn't matter if you're into snowmobile, boating, or ATVing, or hot rods. We have an oil for every application. It's a fun type business that I really enjoy doing. Where else can I go and have fun and make money doing it? And Mike and I are here to help you all the way along. If you need any help on how to promote or to find new accounts, we're here to help you.
For sure. So when you sign up under that number, this 304-555-94, you're getting Rob and I as a team. Now, Rob has been doing Amsoil for 40 years. Can you believe that? 40 years. So he knows every aspect of this business, and he knows all of the ins and outs of the products. So he'll be able to help you with any kind of product questions or any kind of questions to show you the different business models that you can do with Amsoil. And then the other thing that you get when you sign up under me is I've got a strong background in social media. So if you need some coaching on how to generate Amsoil leads using Facebook and YouTube, I'm happy to coach you with that when you sign up under Rob and I. You get both of us as a team to help you, to coach you, to support you, whatever you need to get you off and running with this business and having fun with it. Like Rob said, it's an enormous amount of fun. If you're like Rob and I and you enjoy going to any kind of boat shows, car shows, motorcycle shows, snowmobile shows, anything with a motor, you like going to those shows, those events, those races, this is a great way to turn that into a income opportunity for you.
Yes. And just by wearing my Amsoil hat at one of these events, people come up and ask me about Amsoil. People don't know where to buy it, and I'm there to help them, show them where they can buy the products.
Perfect. Well, cool. Well, this is great. Any final thoughts, Rob, before we wrap it up?
Amsoil's a fun business. Amsoil's been around since 1968. You know, it was the first synthetic oil to be AI approved.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's very early in the game too, isn't it?
Yes.
For sure. Well, good. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for viewing. Hopefully, we've gotten you excited as we are about the Amsoil products. We'd love it if you could join us either as someone who uses the Amsoil products or to join the Amsoil team as a business opportunity. And we thank you so much for viewing. Have a great day.
You have a good day.